the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here. Zobu, Zobu, reigning by master.
You see how they're messing them? Do you see how disgraceful?
The emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here. Zobu, Zobu,
we are live and we are direct. You may not like it and fight high. If you like it, if you don't like it, you don't
But there is one thing I want all of us to understand this very evening. We are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you, that they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God, not a God that was wrought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol, and we can never ever worship idol. Is impossible. This very family, this IPOB, belongs to the Most High. And that is how it's going to be until Biafra comes and beyond, to eternity. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us from every corner. I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come. You are being prepared for what is to come. The time has come to separate the chaff from the wheat itself. Our march is very, very near. The enemies are trembling, they are quaking, they are doing all they can to try to stop us. But they have failed very woefully, and they will continue to fail. But I want to tell you that we are getting attacks from everywhere all over the world. And very soon, they will buy over some of you. Some of you, they will buy some of you over. The spirit of Oba Biasika and Ifajuna are still in some of you. When the time comes, they will buy you over. I am not doing this program tonight to ask all of you to be strong. I am doing it to remind you, not that if they succeed in buying you over, you're not going to stop what we are doing. You can't. You cannot. Not in a trillion years. But I need you to appreciate one very simple fact. That at the end of this very race, everybody will testify that indeed Chukwuka Abiyama, the same God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God of Ehiri in Aguleri, the same God of Umweri, the same God of Ora-Eri, the same God of Owe-Eri, the same God of Arochukwu. Not to be nobody, the true God, one true God. You will know that indeed, not only is he omnipotent, that same God is the owner of this very agitation. No human being can stop it. We have enemies, and we need to be very, very careful, both within and without. Very, very careful. The next 2 weeks will be very pivotal. Next 2 weeks will be very, very important in the life, or should I say, in this very mission that we have embarked upon. The devil will do everything. And you are going to watch spectacularly how we are going to destroy and shame the enemy. That at the end, every glory and adoration will belong to God and not to man. Now let us go and tell you what is happening that some of you do not understand. I want those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb they were born to do this very work. You must be very, very strong. Because Biafra will open the eyes of black people all over the world. Because Biafra will mean that blacks from America, blacks from the Caribbean, from Southern America, they will all flood into Africa. It will be like the time that Yeshua was born. Biafra is like a light, a beacon. They will follow it. They will say, let us go and see what is happening there. That is what these neo-colonialists do not want. They don't want Biafra to come. I am telling our people so they understand. The mountains, I didn't say one mountain, the mountains in front of us that we need to overcome. And for us to overcome it, we need to be very strong mentally, mental strength. Just like when you're doing anything in life, and it appears as if you are being buffeted from everywhere. That is the time that you no longer rely on willpower or your muscles. You go to your brain to endure and to persevere and to keep going until you overcome. That is the stage we are in right now. To make sure that our brain is in gear to confront everything the Janjaweed has to throw at us. We don't have money. Their budget is over $20 billion to fight us. They can bribe Facebook. They can buy them off. They can do anything they like. They can come to some of you and bribe you off. They can promise you what you've never had before. They can give you maybe a house in Dubai. They can promise you a vehicle. They can tell you, oh, we'll make you vice president. They can promise you anything to make sure that you're like them. But this very IPOB, this very hardcore is not going to move. And I will tell you why we can't move.
We have tried to live in Nigeria designed by Great Britain and handed to us.
And I'm telling Biafrans tonight that we are effectively on our own. We have been given two choices by the United Kingdom, the slave masters and the colonizers. The UK have given us only two alternatives. And I call it the devil's alternative, of course. will either submit to the will of their puppets, the Islamic Caliphate, or we will be wiped out from the face of this very earth. The question you must ask yourself tonight as a Biafran, as a Southerner is, do you want to be a slave to the Fulani Caliphate, or do you want to die on your feet? Live for 1,000 years on your knees, as most of them are doing without even knowing it, or you die on your feet. The devil's alternative. Whichever option we choose, men are going to die. Which one do you prefer? Are we going to fight and die like men? Or are we going to submit to a life of Allahu Akbar? It's entirely up to you. The time is now because the enemies, they have come. I didn't say they are coming, they have not come into our land. And as I promised them, if God is on our side, which I know He is on our side, this army of Nigeria will die in Biafra land. That is how God intended it to happen. Many of us are going to die. And I'll be leading it myself, mind you. Many of us are going to die. But Biafra is going to come. And everything called Nigeria will perish in Biafra land. The world must be prepared for what is to come. We are not going to be slaves in our land. I want to let Katona Lang, the UK government, to understand this.
ụfọdụ nọ n'ụzọ ije ha anaghị alọta ụlọ ọzọ nne na nna wee na-ata ahụhụ wee na-ata ikikere eze nwaanyị kunye ka ọ gaa ubi gaa rụọ ọrụ Fulani chiri ehi bata ebe ala gị n'ime n'iyi okwu ebepụ ya isi anyị bụ ka anyị kpọkwa onye nwe anyị n'ugwu Awụsa ahụ ejide anyị wee gbuo ihe ọbụla anyị mara aka n'ime ha si na ka ha gaa n'ihu elekwa ọdụ ụgbọ mmiri n'igwe ọcha bụ ememiri agha nke dị na Kalaba otu aka ahụ anyị na-ala nsọ ebe Biafra bụ ndị kọstọm sokwenye anyị n'etiti anyị anọghị n'ime mmiri kama kọstọm juru ebe niile ha wee na-ata anyị ahụhụ anyị kwe sịpụta anyị ka kpọchie anyị kwe sịpụta anyị ka gbagbuo anyị onye nwe anyị na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe ọ bụ ụzọ dị anya ka isi wepụ ndị iro anyị n'anya wee karịa ndị nke gị akwa anyị bụ ụmụ Chineke akwa ọba aha anyị ka anyị na-aza akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza ike Chukwu akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza amara Chineke akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza Chisom akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza Chizọba nna nke dị nsọ onye ime eluigwe dịka otu onye iro bi na anyị bụ ụmụ gị bịa ka iwe zọpụta anyị bịa ka iwe napụta anyị n'aka ọjọọ ihe bịa ka iwe lụọrọ anyị ọgụ bịa ka iwe tịtụ ozu ọ bụ ogo ụwa mgbe e milere Golaịat Chineke nna nke igwe wee memire Fero sikwa otu a mee ka Fero bụ guzo n'ihu ụmụ ndị IPOB ka o wee taa akwụkwọ ikuni ọtọ ọzọ ị ga na-edu anyị n'ụzọ niile nke ezi omume ọ bụla adịghị na anyị na-aga ndagwurugwu onyinye ọnwụ ọ bụ gụ nwa bụ ekekere n'igwe n'ụwa onye ọbụla kere gị nweghị mmalite nweghị ọgwụgwụ kama anyị onwe anyị gwa anọkwa ahụ ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ n'ezie kama marakwa na okwu gị na-anọgide gị mgbe ebighị ebi ọ bụ ya mere anyị ji were gị n'anya isi anyị wee na-asị nna nke dị nsọ bịa ka iwe gosi anyị Biafra na ndụ na-abụghị n'ọnwụ bịa ka iwe mee ka ebe gị na amara gị wee kpuchiri anyị ka uwe bịa ka iwe zọpụta ndị nke gị bịa ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ka anyị na-ewetụta na nsọpụrụ na ịja mma site n'aha gị onye bụ Chukwu nke abịa ma
Good evening, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom all over the world. I welcome you this evening to my page. I also welcome you to this program this evening. This is IPOB Western Cape, South Africa Media. We are reaching you live from Cape Town. Cape Town is in Western Cape. Western Cape is in South Africa. I welcome you, fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom. I welcome you in the name of Chukwu Kabiama. As you are joining us, I indulge you to share the program in all the platforms where you belong. Like the program. When you like and share this program, those who did not know that we are live will get notification. By so doing, they will join us as we propagate this gospel of Biafra restoration. I welcome you once again, fellow Biafrans. I say to you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you, depending your time zone. My name is Mazi Onyebuchi. I am the host of this program, of this platform, IPOB Western Cape, South Africa Media. By the grace of Chukwu Kabiama, I am the Parklands Unit Coordinator. Thank you, fellow Biafrans, for making it a duty to join me this evening. As you already know, fellow Biafrans, we have a lot going on in our family and in the struggle at this point. At this time around, everybody is blaming everybody. A is blaming B, B is blaming A. Nobody is willing to stand down. Everybody is armed to their teeth, willing to destroy everything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has worked, everything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has put everything to make it what it is today. Man has fallen, blood has been shed, families have been displaced, Women are made widows in this struggle. Some families are made fatherless. Some are made motherless. Some families are closed down because of this struggle. So many things have gone because of this struggle. So many souls have been wasted because of this struggle. And that is why I've come this evening to call our mind, our hearts, our spirits back so that we may look back and remember where we are coming from, sacrifices that have been made, and the people are still making sacrifices. When you are angry, you don't destroy things. If you are wise, it's only a foolish man that when he's angry, he will destroy everything that he has worked all his life to put together. When you are angry, you should remember that it's for a moment. Everything will be all right. We say IPOB, the response always resounded like this: one family. But when you look at what is happening in the family today, you will ask, where is this one family that we are always talking about? It will be likened to Nigeria, one Nigeria slogan, only by lips, but inside the heart, we are more divided. When we said we are one family, families do offend each other and forgive each other because they say blood is thicker than water. Always remember that we all in this struggle are under oath. That is what binds us together as one family. I want you to think back. Before you start calling your brother names, before you start calling your fellow comrade names, before you start calling him criminal, before you start taking him to court, before you send assassins after him, before you do whatever that you want to do to harm him, nor to harm her, always remember that we are under oath. Always remember that we are under oath, never to hurt each other, never to plan against each other, never to do anything that will destroy what we are doing. That is the oath you took, in case if you have forgotten. Are you playing the script of the enemies unknown to you? Are you being used as a tool by the enemy? By the way, who are the true enemies of Biafra? Who? Since when have we become our own enemies? Since when have we become the Nigerian government and the politicians that our leader always laments about? Since when have we become so foolish that we turn around to harm those or to destroy things that we use our hands to build? Let us get rid of those things that divide us. Let us make do with those things that unite us. Search your heart, search your soul, Are you being used today as a tool against Biafra? Are you being used unknowingly to you? Are you dancing the dance of Srugede? The dance of the spirit? It is time for you to search your hearts, look deep inside you. What will Mazi Nnamdi Kanu do in this situation? What would Mazi Nnamdi Kanu do if he were to be here with us today? Are you destroying things instead of you to build? You are destroying. Remember, my fellow comrade is not my problem. Fellow IPOB is not my problem, not my enemy. Fellow agitator or agitators are not and can never be my enemy. My enemy is and will remain Nigerian government and those politicians that are being used as a tool to cause confusion, to cause pain, injury, to cause animosity between us. We have loose-guided a lot. We have left and forgotten everything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu took years to lecture us about. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lectured us and exposed our minds to the antics of the enemy, so that we will always be aware and know those who are our enemies. But today we have forgotten those that are the enemies of the people. We have sided with them to cast our fellow agitators to the hell, bottomless pit. We have aligned ourselves with Nigerian government to call our fellow agitators criminals because they are fighting for what is their right. It is quite unfortunate that we don't know that when you are fighting for freedom, you pay the price. There is price for freedom. In case you did not know, let me remind you what our leader said, so that you know that there is a price for freedom.
Remember what I told you many years ago? They will kill us. We will kill them. In the end, Biafra will come. Everything I tell you comes to pass. They will, they are janjaweed, they will come, they are foolish. By nature, they are very hopeless. They will come. This time around, we will turn Biafra land into a burial ground for terrorists. They will understand how serious we are. We have raised it. It's no longer coming down until freedom is declared. They understand that very well. They understand that very well. There is need for us to remain focused. Don't allow yourselves to become distracted. That was what happened to us during the war. Had we fought that war up until August or September of 1970, we would have won. That would have been victory. Nixon would have stepped in. That would have been victory. And I'm telling Biafrans tonight that we are effectively on our own. We have been given two choices by the United Kingdom, the slave masters and the colonizers. The UK have given us only two alternatives. And I call it the devil's alternative, of course. We either submit to the will of their puppets, the Islamic Caliphate, or we will be wiped out from the face of this very earth. The question you must ask yourself tonight as a Biafran, as a Southerner is, do you want to be a slave to the Fulani Caliphate, or do you want to die on your feet? Live for 1,000 years on your knees, as most of them are doing without even knowing it, or you die on your feet. The devil's alternative. Whichever option we choose, men are going to die. Which one do you prefer? Are we going to fight and die like men? Or are we going to submit to a life of Allahu Akbar? It's entirely up to you. The time is now because the enemies, they have come. I didn't say they are coming, they have not come into our land. And as I promised them, if God is on our side, which I know He is on our side, this army of Nigeria will die in Biafra land. That is how God intended it to happen. Many of us are going to die. And I'll be leading it myself, mind you. Many of us are going to die. But Biafra is going to come. And everything called Nigeria will perish in Biafra land. The world must be prepared for what is to come.
Our leader said, many of us is going to die, and at the end, Biafra will come. That is the price that we have to pay. Our leader told us that people are in our land. Nigerian government and their armies and the terrorists are in our land. Our leader knows this. He understood the game. He told us beforehand that these people are within us already, and that many of us will die because we are not going to live 1,000 years on our nails. We would rather fight and die as men, and we are fighting today. And so many people have turned this to be IPOB, Biafrans killing each other. It's a lie. It is a typical lie. That is what the enemies want you to do. That is what the enemies want you to believe. That is what the enemies want you to say. They want you to turn against your brother. They want you to turn against each other. They want you to see your brother, your brother under one umbrella, your friend, your comrade, as a problem, as an enemy. That is what they want you to do. They want to be behind while both of you are killing each other and they are watching. And today, so many of us are being used, unknown to them, to destroy their fellow comrades. Some of them comes on social media, mount attacks, verbal attacks against their fellow agitator. It is a matter of kettle calling pot black. Are you being used today? That is a question I want you to ask yourself. You that align yourself with those senators, speaking one language today with them, calling your fellow comrades and agitators criminals. Did you forget what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said? You that is waiting for these senators, governors in the eastern region of Nigeria to go and free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Have you forgotten that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made a comment about them? What did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said in 2017 when he was released from prison? Because some of us, we forgot things so easily. We easily forgot things. And when you ask some of us, we'll tell you, yes, we are followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are disciples of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is our leader. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we graduated from the University of Radio Biafra, where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the lecturer. But when you give them a simple test, they fail it. You join those senators to call your fellow agitator a criminal. You tag every criminality that is going on in Biafra land today to be your fellow agitator who is committing them. You that is calling your fellow agitators criminal, who are you? What are you? Remember that the same senators that you are aligned today with, the same senators that you are joining today to attack your fellow agitators, are the same people that put us where we are today. If Biafra did not come, so many of us will never see the land of Biafra till we die. The only savior, the only prayer that all of us are praying is that Biafra may come today so that we can go home. Those who chase you out from your father's land are those senators. They are the Nigerian states. Some of us are scattered all over the world. They even use it as a kind of talking when they say anywhere you go and you did not find an Igbo man or a Biafran, you should run away. It's not a good thing. We have a home. We are not stateless. We are Biafrans. We have our home. We are indigenous to Biafra land. We should not be found everywhere around the world. The only reason why we are scattered all over the world today is because of those criminals in Nigeria. Those senators that some of you are aligning yourself with today. Those government officials, those ones in Abuja, they are the real criminals. They are the ones who stole your education away. They stole your electricity away. They stole your good road away. They stole your water, your pipe, clean water away. They pollute your air. They did all manner of evil against you. They stole everything that you have and bank it for their unborn children. And you and your children are wandering up and down in the surface of the earth. And today you will join the same people to attack those who are in the same problem with you, who are also looking for solution for their problems, to their problems. They are looking for solution to their problems the same way you are looking for solution to your problem. They are not your problem. I am not your problem. I am not your enemy. Your fellow agitator, someone who is agitating, is not your problem. Your real enemy are those politicians, those lawmakers, those people in Asorok, the Fulanis, because they are the ones that are bringing their terrorists down to our land to kill our people. After they have killed our people, they will turn around and hang it on our heads. And we will be fighting each other, terming each other's murderers, killers, criminals, because they are speaking the language of freedom. The only reason why they criminalized IPOB and adopted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the only reason why they tag Mazi Nnamdi Kanu an enemy of the state, is because he is speaking the language of freedom. When they were shouting, calling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu names, when they were looking for him to kill, we were siding with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But today, you have Swift. You are now joining the enemies to fight against your fellow freedom fighters. You are fighting against the struggle, you are destroying the struggle that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has devoted almost all his life to fight. You are sitting and dancing on top of the blood of those brave soldiers, those brave Biafrans who have died for this struggle. Why have you chosen to join those enemies to attack your fellow freedom fighter? I want to remind you what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said about these people that you see gallivanting today, going to Abuja, They will tell you, yes, we are in Abuja. We went to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to see how things is going to be all right. They forgot that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was discharged. That the only thing that is making Nigerian government to continuously committing all these crimes in our land today is because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still inside and they are using him to confuse Biafrans. When Biafrans ask questions and said, why should Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be kept in DSS dungeon after the court of appeal has discharged him? They will kill one of them and tag it on the same people that ask the same, that is asking questions. People have different ways of behavior. The way I behave is different from the way you behave. The way I take things is different from the way you take things. The way I react is different from the way you react. We are not the same people, we are different. So when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is abducted, people reacted in different ways. And people are still reacting today in different ways. Because so many of them believe that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shouldn't spend a night in DSS dungeon. So many people are behaving in other ways who believe that, okay, let us have patience with Nigerian government. So many people don't have that patience. So many people want to protest in their own possible means. Why would you turn around and call those who are protesting for their leader criminals? Why would you say that those who are protesting for the crimes committed against their own leader is the one burning the properties of Biafrans, killing Biafrans? Why would you join those criminals, those senators whom Mazi Nnamdi Kanu rejected? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu questioned these people, because today I want you to know that the only reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still where he is because he refused to play balls with those people. You see, all these senators you see going to see him, they are going there to tell him to drop the agitation. They wanted to do to him what they did to Wazirike. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu decentralized his own disorganization IPOB. You cannot use, you can't say because you are rapport with this person that you are going to rapport with the other person. No. Wazirike made us to understand that while he was in prison, a senator or a government official, top one in Biafra land, gathered all his commanders, all of them. He gathered all of them and came to visit him in DSS dungeon, where he was kept, or in prison, wherever. And when they came, they told him that they are no more interested in fighting this struggle, that they have given up, they have surrendered. They are no more interested in fighting with him. That was what destroyed Wazirike. Wazirike dropped the agitation there, because how could he go alone when the same people that he agreed with, that till death do us part, we are not going to drop what we are doing? When the same people turned around and told him to his face that they are no more interested to fight this struggle, Wazirike gave up this struggle right there in prison, and he walked out of that prison. That is exactly what you see them trying to do to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today. But the problem they have is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu decentralized IPOB. You cannot gather the commanders. If you gather all the ones on ground, what about those in diaspora? You cannot do that to him. What they go there to do is to tell him, drop this agitation if you want to come out of this place. These people are not willing to leave you. If you don't drop it, Nigerian government is not going to release you. Drop the agitation. That is what those the so-called senators in the likes of Ifeanyi Uba and co. Abaribedem. That is what they go there to tell him. When you hear them say, yes, I visited Mazi Nnamdi Kanu last month. I visited him yesterday. Take, for instance, the sit at home. They go there to tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu about sit at home. Why do we hear about sit at home? Because sit at home is in public domain. There are other things that is secret, like drop this agitation so that Nigerian government will leave you. These are the things they go there to tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You see those senators, you see those people. If you agree what they are saying, or if you believe them, you are on your own. Let me remind you what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said about them, so that you will remember that before now, people like us don't trust these people. We never trust them because they are not with us from the beginning. Listen to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said about the senators.
I hear the whole nonsense about those that stood shorty for me. I will deal with that later on because our people don't understand. They don't understand the politics of the zoo. They don't understand how they play their game, but we know. The people that got me out of custody is IPOB with the grace of the Most High Elohim, not any politician. It was the same politicians that actually went and told their Fulani masters to keep me in custody. I know all of that. The only reason why they got involved was to craft a very stringent bail condition so that they will be able to control me, not knowing that I am uncontrollable. I am driven by my conscience to do that which is right by my people, to ensure that Biafra is restored, nothing more, nothing less. That was why they came. Some of you don't even know that a senator is not supposed to be a shorty for somebody. You don't know that, do you?
Remember that? That was the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What did he say? What did he say about the same politicians that goes there to visit him in DSS dungeon, coming out to tell us that those that is protesting for his release are criminals? Did you hear Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say that it was senators that got him out? He said it was IPOB that got him out of detention in 2017. Because of the role, because of the pressure, because of the series of protests, blocking of head bridge for 4 days, and all that things that was happening around the eastern region then. But today, when you come out to protest, they will tell you that why are you protesting in the east? Why don't you go to Abuja and protest? After all, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in Abuja. When you protest today in eastern Nigeria, they will tell you, why are you protesting? Why are you telling people to sit at home, to do that, to do this? Why are you suffering our people? They forgot that in 2017, the same IPOB was protesting, blocking the head bridge for 4 good days. Many people died then. Or did you forget that so many people also died in 2015, 2017 when our leader was in prison? Did you forget? Did you forget the roles IPOB played in 2015 to 2017? that made Nigerian government to forcefully release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But today, all we are hearing is that we should go to our homes and sleep, that Nigerian government is going to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that the senators are going to do one or two to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But here you are, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that they want to control him. That was why they gave him that stringent bail condition, so that they can control him. But they forgot that he, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has a heart of his own. He is driven by his conscience. And the only thing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remembers is how to free Biafra, not to work with any senator. But today, the same people will come out and stand wherever they are standing, calling you and your fellow IPOB or any agitator that is agitating, that is asking questions. You know what they do these days? If you ask question, why are you still keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in prison? They will tag you criminal. The same day, your name will become a criminal. I said before, so many of us might never go home to Biafra land again if Biafra is not restored. You that is in this struggle, but you don't know what you have gotten yourself into, and you think that it's a child play, you think that you can play in this struggle, you can play with what we are doing. Don't you know that you might not go back to your land again? And any day you set your feet in the land of Biafra, if Biafra is not restored, you become haunted. You'll be haunted by the Nigerian government until you are killed or you escape. You can never be free again. You can never walk free in the land of Nigeria again. If you think that you can play with this struggle, you might never walk on the surface, on the soil of Biafra again if Biafra is not restored. You may die here and be buried here. So if I were you, I will put seriousness to what we are doing. If I were you, any man or any woman that is speaking the language of freedom, I will support that person. These senators are not going to do anything for our leader. If they didn't do it in 2015, 2016, 2017, they will not do it today. The same plan, the same thing the same modus operandi they used then, they are still using it today. They want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they want to control him. That is why when they go to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they come out to tell you, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said this, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu don't want to do anything, or they will call your fellow agitators criminals, and you will join them to call your fellow agitators criminals. That shows that something is not right upstairs. I want to say something. And this thing I'm going to say, I am not targeting anybody. Or it's not been targeted to anybody. But this message I am sending this evening is going to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB legal teams. Those who are working, both those who are in front line and those who are not. I want to tell you something. Ndị Igbo si na ebe ụmụazị ji akwụrụ akụ, guys, okwute na-atụ udene ka ha gbuo udene. Okenye ọnọkwa na obodo ahụ. Maka na udene abụrụ anụ oriri. Ha gbuo udene, ha eji udene eme gịnị? Ndị Igbo si na okenye ada anọkwa n'ụlọ ewu amụọ n'ọgbụrị. Let me tell our legal teams, both those in forefront and those behind the scene working to get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu released through the Nigerian court. Let me tell you something. You see, I was reading an update the other day from, is it a Jofo or Aloyd Mako, one of them, who was telling Biafrans what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said against one of the agitators. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said this, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that. Then the other day, another one come out to give us the mother of all updates. Remember, for 2 years and still counting that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been inside, we have never seen a mother of updates or updates. But suddenly these days, we started to see mother of all updates. Because a letter from our leader came out. And remember, before that letter, there was a series of directives coming from our leader. None of them has made headline, not one. There has been order. There have been directives from Onye Nduma Mazi Kanu before this letter that came out last 2 weeks. None of those made headlines. Why? Because it's not going to cause confusion in IPOB. It's not going to cause confusion in the struggle. They waited for that letter to come out, then they capitalized on it. That is why today we see mother of all updates. We see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, use my name, don't use my name, call me, don't call me. They forgot that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. He's a leader. And anybody that identified with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or submits under his leadership has the right to mention him or call him his leader. Let me say something again. What I want them to do. I said something before. There is battle that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will fight when he comes out. Not all battles that he will be able to fight from wherever he is today. If you are going to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, don't bug him with this person did that, that person did this one did that. No. If you are going to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, center your discussion on what is going to bring him out of that place where he is. If you have anything that is going on that you think that is important for you to document them. So that when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out, to present it before him. When you present it before him, then he can be able to deal with it. Now, whatever you are doing, you are causing confusion in this struggle. I am talking to the barristers, those people that are working as legal team. I'm talking to them. You people have caused a lot of confusion in this struggle. I am saying it. I haven't mentioned anybody's name, and I'm not going to mention anybody's name because cease from causing confusion in IPOB. You allow yourself, because of hate, because of whatever you had or you are having with somebody, you want to use it to destroy or to cause confusion in the struggle. You are not an IPOB member. You are not a freedom fighter. You are a lawyer. Face your lawyer job. And leave IPOB and how they are fighting their freedom. If you have anything that you think may be useful, compile it. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out, he's going to see everything this video I'm making today. If you want to put it as part of evidence or present it before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when he comes out, you can't always come from inside. You go and tell Mazi Nnamdi everything you are telling him, and you expect him not to do something about it. You expect him not to say something about it. You are his eyes. You are his ears. The one that you want him to see, he will see. The one that you don't want him to see, he will not see it. Why are you going to give him things, messages that is not going to help to bring him out? Let's tell him this is what we are doing to bring you out. That is all. Allow those that is fighting for their freedom to keep fighting for their freedom. We are not joking. Our lives are in danger. The life of our children and unborn children are in danger. We are fighting to free our people. So don't allow yourself to be used as an instrument by the enemies to destroy what you are doing. You are called to as a legal team. You are called to get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out of DSS dungeon, not to break IPOB, not to cause confusion in IPOB, not to go and tell him things that is not needed now. Allow him to come out. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have a lot going on in his mind, going on with him. He is there. After you came to tell him all these things, and now after 1 hour or 2 hours you left, then he will be there thinking about those things. Because he's not seeing it, he doesn't know much. He tell you go and tell them to do that. We can never do it like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We can't do it like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will do it when he is out. So your priorities should be how to get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out of that place. So that when he comes out, he will meet IPOB in one piece. You are trying to set Biafra land on fire by dishing out all these things. You're going to tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, telling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu everything you are telling him, that is both those that is necessary and those that are not necessary. And you expect him to do what? To keep quiet. You are coming to say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say, don't use my name, don't use my name. Is that necessary? Can't Mazi Nnamdi Kanu deal with it when he comes out from DSS dungeon? Those barristers that is working for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I'm talking to all of them. Today they should cease. Stop this. It's not helping us. Causing more tension to already tense situation that we are having in this struggle today. You are about to destroy the things that you want to protest. You want to protect, unknowing to you. This message should go to the barristers, those working under to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They should know where to draw the line. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not going to die inside. He's coming out. And when he comes out, he will deal with all these issues. It's nothing for him. But remember one thing, let me tell you something. You that is going to tell him this person do that. Let me tell you something. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as he said in this video that I played, he said he is guided by his conscience, driven by his conscience. He doesn't do. Mazen Khan is not somebody that acts on hearsay. He wants to see. He wants evidence. So if you are saying all these things without evidence, just to pull somebody down, know that Mazen Khan will act on you, against you, when he finally comes out and gains his freedom. He's going to act against you when he found out that you have been feeding him with lies. Nigerian government will kill somebody, you will say it's Biafrans who killed the person. People will protest. You will call them criminals. If some people or IPOB, those who are doing something, if they are not doing something, where do you think Mazen Khan is going to go to when he comes out of freedom, out of DSS dungeon? Where do you think he's going to go to? Where do you think that Mazen Khan is going if he comes out of jail? If those who are outside and are not doing something to make sure that they are pushing the enemies back till Mazen Khan is released. I have decided I will never come on this program to castigate anybody that is fighting for the freedom of my people. Whether you are doing it well or not, it is left with you and your conscience. I know Biafra is spirit. He knows those that is fighting for it, both in truth and in spirit. I am not in the position to know. But if you bring yourself out, I'm going to talk about you. But if you are doing something and people are calling you names for what you are doing, I'm not going to join anybody anymore to castigate anybody. We need peace. We need unity. We need one mind if we must achieve this freedom. If we must achieve it, we need to unite ourselves. We need to do away with those things that divide us. What are those things that divide us? Gossip, hatred, envy, jealousy. These are the things that divide us. We need to jettison these things. We need to get ourselves rid from those things and accept those things that unite us, which is love, which is supporting each other, which is standing strongly behind each other. That is one of the things that unite us. We must go back to those things. We have deviated. We have left what we know how to do, and we are doing the things that we are not taught by our leader. Our leader taught us how to love each other. Our leader taught us how to believe in each other. Our leader taught us how to unite and stand in solidarity with each other. These are the things that our leader taught us. Today we have jettisoned them, and we are fighting, we are destroying, we are causing all manner of damages to the struggle, and we say we want freedom. No, we don't want freedom. This is not what people would have wanted. This is not how they behave. What have we been doing since Mazen Khan was kidnapped? The only thing we do, gossip, fight, name calling, and bringing each other down. Is that the way that other people that fought this freedom in the past and those who are still fighting, is this the way they did it? Or they are doing their own fighting? No. The only enemy we have is Nigerian government and the agents, which are the senators, those senators that Mazen Okan is talking about. Listen to them.
I hear the whole nonsense about those that stood shorty for me. I will deal with that later on. Because our people don't understand. They don't understand the politics of the zoo. They don't understand how they play their game, but we know. The people that got me out of custody is IPOB with the grace of the Most High Elohim. Not any politician. It was the same politicians that actually went and told their Fulani masters to keep me in custody. I know all of that. The only reason why they got involved was to craft a very stringent bail condition so that they will be able to control me. Not knowing that I am uncontrollable. I am driven by my conscience to do that which is right by my people, to ensure that Biafra is restored, nothing more, nothing less. That was why they came. Some of you don't even know that a senator is not supposed to be a shorty for somebody. You don't know that, do you?
Again, he said that the same senators are the people that goes to the Fulanis and tell them not to release him. Do you think they have changed? Who are the senators that got him shorted? Abaribe is part of them. The same Abaribe is today calling those who are agitating for Mazen Kanu release. He's calling them criminals. Let me tell you the original criminals.
Of the leader.
These are the criminals.
And then, as soon as Senator Umahi takes his oath of office, we shall rearrange the office of the leadership. In order to enable all of us to enjoy our holidays, a token has been sent to our various accounts by the clerk of the National Assembly. I withdraw that statement. In order to allow you to enjoy your holiday, the Senate President has sent prayers to your mailboxes. To assist you to go on a safe journey and return. This Senate.
Hi! Did you understand what happened here? This man, whether it is a slip of tongue or he did not know that he's been viewed live, he is telling you how they share money in Nigeria. For holiday, they are going for holiday. I don't know which holiday he's talking about. They already share money for that. They have sent money in their various accounts, bank accounts already. Millions of naira is in their various accounts, not their monthly allowances and their monthly salaries. No. This is for the purpose of going for this holiday that they are going for. They have shared money. In every opportunity they get, they share money in Nigeria. This, Abaribe is part of these people. This is Red Chamber. Abaribe is there. This is where they share the money. After sharing the money that belongs to you and me, that forces us to leave the shores of our fatherland to another man's land where we are living as foreigners. And they occupied our land, and they are using the money that all of us should share. They are sharing it within themselves. And when you talk, they will term you criminal. But they are the real criminals. Look at him, Akpabio, telling them that money has been deposited in their various bank accounts for this holiday. Now, when they told him that no, you shouldn't say that because we are live, he changed, and started telling them that prayer has been sent to their various mails. Rubbish. You know, in Nigeria, they have conditioned the minds of those Nigerians, because as long as we are fighting for this struggle, we are not part of them anymore. We are not Nigerians, we are Biafrans. But those who still see themselves as Nigerians, their minds have been conditioned to swallow everything that is being thrown at them, hook and sinker. They don't ask questions. They don't take actions. They are just docile, watching like Mumu. Why few individuals? Let me tell you what is happening here in South Africa, Western Cape, to be precise. For the past 1 week, the province has been thrown to confusion and chaos by taxi drivers. They are on strike. Because they are on strike, they make sure that they shut down everything. They shut down everything. They killed people. They burned properties. They shot what is it called? The police and all the people that they can kill. Let me tell you something. They are still negotiating with the government. The government of Western Cape or the national government of South Africa has not brought army to kill them. Because that is their right to protest. Yes, some criminals infiltrated what they are doing, killing people that they as part of them. But it's not, you can't use it and criminalize all of them. But if it is in Nigeria, you see them say, yes, the criminals, all of them are criminals, bring them, kill them, destroy them. But these are the real criminals here, talking about how they are sharing the money that belongs to the whole nation. The Nigerian citizens are suffering today. The highest suffer that they are going through today, these people have the audacity to be sharing money in their red chamber. Abaribe did not stand up to condemn it, but he is happily and willingly accepting the money. And after accepting those money, when he comes to Biafra land, he will go and recruit 1 or 2 thugs. Who recruit thugs? Politicians. Who buy guns for the thugs? Politicians. After they have done all those things, they will abandon those thugs. And those thugs will turn against the people that they are living with, their neighbors. And the same people that equipped them and supported them with all these arms will turn around and call the same people, the other people that is being killed when they protest, and term them criminals. The politicians are the real criminals. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made it very, very clear for us. So we know that you see those people, you shouldn't trust them. Abaribe is not excluded. Abaribe is part of and parcel of those people that got Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shot it. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said something about them here. You heard him. The same Abaribe today will come out and tell you that if you are protesting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release, that you are a criminal. You are not fighting. You are not fighting for Biafra restoration. You ask Abaribe, are you fighting for Biafra restoration? The answer is no. You are fighting for Nigerian government. So when you are fighting for one Nigeria, how do you now expect the same Abaribe that is fighting for Nigeria to stand in alliance with you that is fighting to destroy Nigeria? It's not possible. He is a one Nigeria, a senator of Federal Republic of Nigeria 5 times now. And he's coming to teach you how to fight for your freedom. When him, in his own definition, he has gotten his own freedom. And now you are trying to destroy that freedom for him. And you expect him to tell you, yes, you are doing it right. He is part of those people that goes to Fulani people, that will go to Fulani people and tell them, don't release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, keep him in custody. Because if you release him, they are going to destroy things for Nigeria. He is part of them. Ifeanyi Ubah that the Biafrans are pointing at, that he is part of those people that betrayed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He claimed to go to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS dungeon in company of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers. After going to the Fulanis to decide or to determine how to treat Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whether to leave him or not to leave him. After they have determined on what to do, they will still come back and tell us that they want to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and that they are planning or working on how to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but they have concluded not to release him. If all the senators and all the governors, as they made us to believe, if all of them are fighting for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in truth and in spirit, not in mouth, not by saying it, but by acting it, do you think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will still be there? If those governors and senators, if they are fighting, they are doing what they are doing in truth and in spirit, not paying lip service. If they are doing it, do you think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will still be there? I heard Abaribe explaining how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was discharged by the Supreme Court, and the Nigerian government also got a stay. That is what made him to remain there. You ask Abaribe, has the appeal court judgment been scrapped or suspended? The answer is no. So in Abaribe's understanding, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is right to be where he is. In his own interpretation, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is supposed to be wherever he is today. That is it. But unfortunately for him, we know that they are not fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release without attaching clauses to it. We understand the games they play. They want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to play boss. They want to put Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in a position where he will have no other choice but to agree to do that which they want him to do. Unfortunately for them, even if everybody has given up to this struggle, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never and ever play balls with them. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never ever give away the struggle. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never ever do that which they want him to do. They have to get that in their thick brains. They have to get it in their head that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never do that they want him to do. No matter what they are doing, no matter how they push him, no matter how they oppress him, no matter how they, whatever they are doing to him, he's not going to capitulate. He's not going to submit to them. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said Biafra or death, and he meant it. That is why he is still there. So don't mind them when they come to tell you that we are doing something. Yes, they are doing something under condition. Whatever those senators and these governors are doing is under condition. Hope Uzodinma is also doing something. If Hope Uzodinma should come out tomorrow and say, yes, I just met Tinubu now, and they are told him to release Mazi, and a gullible soul, you will believe that Hope Uzodinma of all people will go and do something to release Mazi Kanu from freedom, from prison, without Mazi Kanu signing some documents for him, because he knows that Mazi Kanu coming out is going to be the end of road for him. So he's not going to desire that Mazi Kanu should just walk out without anything signed. But they made the wrong person. Everybody can be confused, but Mazi Kanu will never be confused, because he already knows where all these things are going. He understood the politics of the zoo called Nigeria. He understood it perfectly. So he is not confused. He is not going to be confused. He will fight to the end. And at the end, Biafra will be restored. And all of us will go and enjoy what Chukwu Abiyama has given us to enjoy. I want you to stay put. Do not be discouraged. If there is any way you are doing something to ruin this struggle, today is another day for you to repent. If you are hating, if you are doing all manner of any type of damage to this struggle, today is an opportunity for you to do what? To change. Let us join our hands together to make sure that our leader is released. Whatever you can do, do it. So that I do my own. But let us stop fighting between each other. Let us stop taking each other to court. Let us stop calling names, each other names. Let us stop tagging each other criminals. The same criminals that Nigeria is calling us is what we are calling each other. Have we accepted that we are criminals? Because if you call a fellow agitator criminals, you are also a criminal, because you are doing the same thing which he is doing. You are also agitating for freedom of your people. The only reason why you are talking down on some people today is because of the freedom of Biafra. If not for the freedom of Biafra, so many of us will not know each other. But the struggle for the restoration of Biafra has brought us together. We must cherish that. We must understand that we are all one, seeking for one thing, which is how to restore our fatherland, which is Biafra. Fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom, this is the message I have for us this evening. And like I said before, this message is not targeted at anybody. But if this message is talking to you, then you are one of those people I'm talking about. I'm talking to this evening. You must do something. You must change your ways. Turn back and face Nigerian government. They are the reason why we are here in the first place. They denied us everything that is supposed to be ours. They went to Kenya, kidnapped our leader. None of us kidnapped our leader. None of the agitators kidnapped our leader, at least for now. Until Mazi Kanu comes out and tell us what he knows. But for now, Nigerian government is the one that kidnapped our leader. And they are our enemy, arch enemies. We are enemies to Nigerian government. We will remain enemies. They are the ones you should turn your energy at. They are the ones you should call criminals, terrorists, murderers, and at large because they broke their own constitution to go and kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and bring him back to Nigeria. They broke their international treaties, which they entered willingly. They broke it to go and kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They disobeyed their own court orders, not one court, but 2 courts or 3 courts with UN Working Committee report. They disobey all this, and today you didn't see anything wrong with it. But the person you see or the people you see as your enemies are those who speak the same language with you, who suffer the same pains with you, who cry with you. These are the same people you turn around today to call criminals and enemies. That is bad. You should repent. You should change your ways and start doing the right thing today. Enough. Enough of this fight. Enough of the name callings. Enough. Let us work together to get our leader out of this place where he is today. If you know anything that will bring our leader out from the DSS dungeon, come and tell us, and we shall do it to get him out. But what I found so difficult to believe is when you tell me, or you are telling me that we should leave everything for the legal team, that they are going to get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out. Yes, they are going to get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out. I am not doubting it. But we must do something too. Because when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is inside, every one of us is inside. We must be doing something. We must. We shouldn't go and fold our hands and wait for the legal teams alone. What is IPOB doing today? In 2015, IPOB were doing something. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it. What are we doing today as IPOB to get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu released from detention? If we did not keep silent in 2015, why are we keeping silent today? We shouldn't keep silent. We must continue to fight for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why the lawyers are also fighting for his release? We must fight. We mustn't leave this battle for one people or for one person to fight. If there's anything you can do for him, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released, do it. Do it today. Start doing it today. While the legal teams are doing their own bit, let us also, as IPOB, be doing our own. So let us ask this question. What are we doing as IPOB to get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu released from detention? At least the legal teams are doing something. Now we, IPOB, the question is, what are we doing? What are we doing? Let us start doing something. Because when we do something, and the legal teams also do something, it will be heavy for Nigerian government to handle. But when we leave everything for the legal team to do, and they are doing it alone, and we are, yes, folding our hands, awaiting the result to come. The result may come, but it will take time. So whatever you can do for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released, start doing it today. But if there is nothing you can do, if there is anybody that is doing something, support the person so that whatever he is doing will gain weight. As you already know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has, earned seat at home, yes. But if there are those who still want to go on with sit at home, do not go to attack them. Do not go to condemn them. Allow them to express their feelings. Their own feelings is to sit at home. Allow them. That is my own take. We must stop fighting against each other, so that Nigerian government will not always laugh at us, because when we fight each other like we are doing now, Nigerian government is winning. Nigerian government is winning when we are fighting each other. And they will do everything within their power to make sure that we continue to fight each other, because that is their own weapon. But if we stop fighting each other and unite, Nigerian government will be afraid. That is why they will do everything within their power to see that we continue to fight each other. That is why they will do everything within their power to see that we did not stop. That is why I've come this evening to tell you to stop fighting me. That is why you should also tell me to stop fighting you. Let us join this energy that we have and face Nigerian government. Let us educate the world. Let us bring our leaders' predicament to the world, so that they will know, or even though they are pretending not to know, let's keep reminding them. Let's keep calling their attention. Let's keep doing these things. We shouldn't forget to do it, because when we stopped, the ones we did will be a waste of time. But when we keep doing it, when we keep calling for his release, reminding the world, calling UN attention, calling US attention, calling EU attention, calling British attention, calling AU attention, why we keep doing all these things? Why we keep giving them sleepless nights? They will have no other option than to address this matter. But if we fold our hands and seal our lips and watch, they will think that we have given up on this issue. And they will allow Nigerian government to do it whenever they want to do it and however they want to do it. Let us join our voices together to call for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In any way you can do it, do it. Support those who are doing something. Support them. Give your voice. Give your voice. Give your support. Let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out. Then when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out, then we will handle whatever that is facing us. We may not have time to sort ourselves. That is it. Call for his release. Join those who are calling for his release to call for his release. If you know what you can do for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, do it today. He has no business being there where he is. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no business being there where he is today. Call for his release. Use this time you are using to fight a fellow agitator to do that. That is what I am telling Biafrans this evening. Very, very, very important if we can do that. And you that is believing those senators and governors so much to the detriment of your fellow agitator, let me tell you something. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never trusted them. Even as they are coming there to visit him today, he does not trust them. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu trusts you more than he trusts those senators. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu believes in you more than he believes in those senators. We are not telling them to stop doing whatever they are doing, but we are telling them to allow us to fight for our freedom and for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu the same way, the way we deem fit. The only reason why they are doing whatever they are doing today is because we are fighting. If we had folded our hands, they will never go out their way to visit our leader. Even though the reason why they visit him is to end at home. Yes, they have succeeded, the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has ended sit at home, it's fine. But we are not going to, it will not end there. They shouldn't think that it has ended. This battle has not ended. In fact, the battle has just begun. The battle has just begun. They can never win this battle. You see this battle? This battle is between light and darkness, between good and evil. Remember, the evil can never win good. We are not going to allow them to win. Those senators that is going to tell Fulanis not to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, those senators that is going to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to tell him to drop the agitation, those senators that is going to tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that those people that are calling for his release are criminals. Those senators, they think that they are winning this battle. They can never win this battle. We must fight for our own freedom the way we think best. Because you people are all criminals. All you know is to share our money. All you know is to put us down and stand upon us. All that you can do or you are doing is to subdue us. When we talk, you call us criminals and send your army after us to come and kill us. I've never heard you call those terrorists in uniforms criminals. Even when they attack you, you turn it to be those who are agitating for freedom. You people think that when you kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the agitation for Biafra will die a natural death. Never. It will never die a natural death. We will continue to fight you until you release our leader and give us freedom. All that we ask for is referendum. Referendum is not war. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have never asked Nigerian government to meet him in battlefield. He has never declared war or pick up arms against Nigerian government. ESN was put together to fight against the terrorists, the Fulani, Miyetti, and the terrorists. Those who are killing, raping our people. But Nigerian government see it as challenge which prompted his kidnap. Thinking that they are going to stop ESN, thinking that they are going to stop IPOB. They don't know that IPOB is God's project. Chukwu Okike Abiama's project is unstoppable. IPOB is unstoppable. You cannot stop IPOB by kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Freedom for Biafra is God's agenda. Chukwu Okike Abiama's agenda. You cannot stop it. You cannot shut Mazi Nnamdi Kanu up. You cannot shut IPOB up. You that is fighting, doing everything to criminalize this struggle, you will not succeed. So, fellow Biafrans, let us know those who are our true enemies. They are the senators. They are those government of Nigeria. They are the ones that are criminals. They are the ones that are the enemies of our people. And we must deal with it. And we must face it. And we must not miss this. We must not be confused about this. We must always remember that we are all one. And we want one thing, which is Biafra. Those who does not want Biafra. They don't want Biafra. For that purpose, they will never support you. They will always look for your weak points to use it against you. Don't allow them to use it against you and succeed. They may try, but don't allow them to succeed. Today, it looks as if they are succeeding. But to me, they will never succeed on my head. I know them. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made me to understand who they truly are. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made me to understand they are not they are not going for him, they are not coming for him. The only reason why they are coming for him is to control him. The only reason why they are coming for him is to put him under their foot and under their control. That is the only reason why. They are not coming for him so that he can get Biafra. No, they don't want him to get Biafra. They don't want Biafra to be restored because in Biafra, their criminality will be eradicated. They know it. Their criminal activities will not thrive in Biafra. And they understood this perfectly. That is why they don't want Biafra. In Biafra, they will be equal to you and to me. They don't want that. They want to always be above me and above you. So they are not going to allow Biafra to come. So don't be deceived, don't be confused when they come to tell you, yes, we are fighting for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We want him to be released. All of them were there when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was abducted, kidnapped, and brought back to Nigeria. They did nothing. They said nothing. They supported it. Don't allow them to use you second time. Once beaten, twice shy. Do not allow them to beat you twice. They will do whatever they are doing, they say they are doing, while we also do whatever we are doing. Don't allow them to shut us down with the reason that they are doing something. Then we shall watch. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has come out to tell us that the only people that got him out of detention in 2017 was IPOB, not any senator. And you think that this time the senators are going to get him out? You think so? You think that this time the senators are going to get him out? It's still IPOB that will get him out. It's still the same IPOB. Makana money keji aka. It's still IPOB. So what are we doing to get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu released from detention? We have been distracted enough. It's time we go back to drawing board. It's time we go back to evaluate the past 2 years that we have Mazi Nnamdi Kanu spent in prison. What have we been doing? What have we done? What have we achieved? If you have not been doing anything, or if you have not been achieving anything, or if what you are doing is not enough, we should intensify. We should intensify our doings. Yes, we should intensify it. If what we are doing is not making Nigerian government to be on their toes, if Nigerian government is not noticing our effort, then our effort is not enough. The only time that our effort will be enough is when Nigerian government will start to notice that we are doing something. When UN will start to notice that we are doing something. When EU will start to notice that we are doing something. When US will start to notice that we are doing something. That is when we will say, yes, we are doing something. But now, if what we are doing is not being noticed by these people, then what we are doing is not enough. So that is question IPOB should ask herself today. Are we doing enough for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Or are we failing? Or we are lacking behind? If we are lacking behind, this is time for us to do what? To upgrade and start doing something. for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Tinubu must release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Tinubu, it's time for you to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are patiently waiting. This is August. By September 14th, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to appeal court, Supreme Court for their final ruling. I hope, I wish that he will be released. I hope and I wish that he will be released. Because there is no reason. I want to see how Supreme Court is going to turn it around. The verdict of appeal court around. I can't wait to see how the Supreme Court is going to say that extrajudicial rendition is lawful. I can't wait to see how Supreme Court is going to say that kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is lawful. I want to see that. I want to see how they are going to overturn the judgment of appeal court. I can't wait. We are going to wait. But while we are waiting, fellow Biafrans, we must continue to do something within our power to see that our leader is truly and duly given his right, which is freedom. Yes, this is my message to you this evening. And I pray for Onyendu. Chukwu oke abịama pụrụ m ihe niile wu blessing. Chukwu oke abịama ga-agọzi ya. Ọ ga-adịrị ya na mma. Ọ ga-adịrị Mazi Nnamdi Kanu na mma n'ụtụtụ n'ehihie na abalị. Ọ ga-adịrị ya mma na Eke na Orie na Afọ na Nkwọ. Chukwu oke abịama anyị na-aga ọfọ ndụ n'isi Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Anyị si na ọ ga-adị ndụ wee fụ Biafra. Anyị na-agọrị ọfọ ọganihu, ọfọ amamihe, ọfọ arụ isi ike. Anyị na-agọrọ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ọfọ sị na echiche ndị iro agaghị emezu n'isi Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Onye ọbụla na-echere Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ajọ echiche, onye ahụ ga-afụ echiche ahụ na-echere Mazi Nnamdi Kanu n'isi ya onwe ya bụ n'isi Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ga-ejechi ije a wee pụta. Ọ ga-ejikwa ọnụ ya wee kwuo ihe niile mere n'ije a. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu enweghị ihe ọjọọ mere. Ihe o sịrị na ọ ga-adịrị nwoke na mma, ọ dịrị nwaanyị na mma. Eme nwata ka e mere ibe ya, obi adị ya mma. Ọ dịrị ndị Hausa na mma, ọ dịrị ndị Fulani mma, ọ dịrị ndị Yoruba na mma, ọ dịrị ndị Biafra na mma. Ọkwa ihe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu na-ekwu. Anyị na-aga ọfọ sị na osisi ọbụla fụrụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu na-atụ nkwe, osisi a ga-agbaji. Onye ọbụla fụrụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sị na isi ya dị mma iji achụ àjà. Isi onye a na-ezina aka oji chọọ ya àjà. Ajọ atụmatụ niile ndị iro na-atụ n'isi Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ga-alaghachi na isi ndị iro niile. Onye ọbụla na-echere Mazi Nnamdi Kanu echiche ọ ga-adị onye ahụ na mma. Onye ọbụla aka ya dị ime Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ọ ga-adịrị ya na mma. Onye ọbụla na-emebi ihe IPOB na-eme ọ ga-adịrị ya na mma. Onye ọbụla sị na ya ga-afụ Biafra ọ ga-adịrị ya na mma. Anyị ga-adị ndụ fụ Biafra. Anyị ga-adị ndụ rie uru dị na Biafra. Ụmụ anyị, ndị nwunye anyị na ụmụ ụmụ ha ga-adị ndụ ga-abi na Biafra. Naijiria agaghị afụ isi anyị. Ọ ga-adịrị anyị na mma. Ọ ga-adịrị anyị mma na Eke na Orie na Afọ na Nkwọ. Ise. Yeah, fellow Biafrans, I thank you for joining me this evening. I have given you my thoughts about what we are doing. And I said to you that you should stop fighting a fellow agitator. We should stop fighting between each other. We should stop doing some things that divide us. We should embrace things that unite us. We should not trust those senators so much. We should trust ourselves more. Because our leader made it very, very clear to us before that it is IPOB that got him out of detention in the first place, not the senators. The role that senators played in the first place, in 2015, was to tell the Nigerian government not to leave him. Senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria were the same people that gave the idea of the stringent bail that was given to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, so that they can control him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has spoken to you, to me, to us, enough. We should be able to move ahead, whether he is with us here or not. We shouldn't allow our enemies to confuse us, to cause division, whether Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is here with us or not. We should stop displaying foolish man's attitude. We should start displaying the attitude of a wise generation of Biafra. Always remember that freedom has no duplicate. It is freedom or freedom. It is Biafra or Biafra. We are not going to accept anything less. The only thing that will settle this matter is referendum. And we are waiting for it earnestly. We can't wait for Nigerian government to grant us our referendum. That is what will settle this thing once and for all. If Biafran said yes, we are going. If Biafran said no, we are staying. But you cannot decide for us. We have our right to self-determination. And that is exactly what we are doing. So allow us to have our referendum to determine where we want to belong or how we want to be governed. That is our right. That is our God-given right. So don't kill us because we ask for freedom. Don't kill us. Don't abduct us because we ask for freedom. Stop doing it. Stop killing us. Stop abducting us because we are asking or we ask for freedom. That is our right. So, fellow Biafrans, I want you to remember that IPOB will never capitulate. IPOB will never give in to tyranny. IPOB will never give in to intimidation. IPOB will never give in to fear. We'll continue to fight alongside our leader, Oyedum Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We shall continue to support those who are fighting in their different platforms or with their different groups for this freedom to come. One head, two heads are better than one. So, I want you to know that when we unite ourselves together, we will be able to respect each other effectively. We'll be able to see each other as one, and we'll be able to work our problems out without any delay. So I thank you so much for being part of this program this evening, fellow Biafrans. I thank you so much for hearing and understanding me perfectly this evening. I want you to always remember to pray for our leader each time you have the opportunity. I want you to always remember that IPOB is but one family. We are not two, we are not three. We are one family under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We have no other leader anywhere. The only leader we have is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And we shall continue to rally behind him, around him, until freedom is achieved. Thank you so much, fellow Biafrans, for being with me through this program. If you have not shared this program, you share it. If you have not liked this program, you like it. If you come across this program anytime after watching it, share it. That is when this message will go viral and people will associate with it, and the message will sink and will continue to move towards the direction that will give us what we are asking for. I say to you, fellow Biafrans, good evening from here.
Speak.